Welcome to Daily Joys. In this episode I'm going to be showing you how to sow broad beans, and I'm also going to show you some that I sowed a couple of weeks ago. So let's have a look. This is a tray of broad beans that I sowed 3 weeks ago, and the variety is Bunyard Exhibition by D.T. Brown, and they're a delicious tasting broad bean. I really like them. As you can see, they're coming up nicely now, and they're nice sturdy plants, so hopefully all of them have germinated. I've put them into these root trainers, which are fantastic for growing them. And on this side I've got another tray with some multi-purpose compost in it. Now with the broad bean seeds, they're so large that you don't need to use a seed compost for them because they have no problems growing in a multi-purpose compost mix. Now when I sow them, I like to sow them on their side, and the reason for this is so that when you water them, the water doesn't sit on the top of the seed, it just can go down either side of it, and it just helps reduce the amount of seeds that rot in the compost. So now I'm just going to create holes in the compost so that I can plant all of the seeds. I decided that I was going to grow these Bunyard Exhibition variety because last year I tried some from one of the other allotmenteers at my allotment, and having tried a couple from lots of different people's plots, I decided that they were the tastiest variety of broad bean, so I'm going to be growing them this year. Last year I grew Aquadulce Claudia, and I have got a couple of those in my garden because I sowed them back in December, so they're very early variety, but these ones you sow in the spring, and so hopefully they'll be really delicious this year too. Now with these I sow them out into these root trainers because I find if I direct sow them, they're not as reliable, and sometimes little mice come along and eat them. So if you sow them into these root trainers, then it means that you're not going to lose any of the little seedlings due to mice coming along and taking them, and also they're not going to rot in the soil. So you can pamper them a little bit to help them come up. Now once you've sown all of the seeds into your tray, you just need to put a sprinkling of compost over the top and then pat them down. And then after you've patted them all down, you need to get a label, you need to write the variety on it, and then you need to put this into the tray so that you remember what's in there. And so that's all done, and now you just need to take the tray outside and water it. Now the reason that I love these root trainers so much is not only because they're great to help the roots get going, but also with this one here you can see that 2 of them haven't come up, and you might think to yourself that those seeds just didn't germinate. But the really handy thing with these is the fact that you can just gently pull the root trainer apart, and then you can have a look and you can see this one here, the roots are on the side, so this one has germinated, it's just a bit behind the others, and this one here the same again, it's germinated and it will be sending up a shoot in a day or so's time. And so you don't need to disturb it, you can just gently push them back together and then they can continue growing, but you know that they are actually growing in there and they have germinated, and it's really handy to be able to check on them like that. Whereas with the pots, when you pull them out you can sometimes damage them, but with these ones you won't. So now I'm going to put them out into my little mini greenhouse that's outside. It's just one of the plastic ones and I find it's really handy. So I'm going to put these back in here, and then once the other ones have germinated I'll be planting those out in a week or so's time after I've hardened them off. And then with this tray that I've just sown, I've given it a good water, and now I put it in here. And so I'll let you see a closer look of it. As you can see, it's nice and moist, and these ones are in here growing nicely, and then they'll be hardened off, so I'll take them out of here in about a week's time once the other ones have come up, just so that they get used to the elements before going down to the plot. And because I've just sown these ones, I'm going to put a little propagator lid on top just to help with the moisture. And now I'm going to close up my little mini greenhouse just to help keep the heat up a little bit, to allow them to germinate that little bit quicker. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!